Hello everyone and welcome back. So today I'll be doing a tutorial on how to make this ombre background by watercoloring with distressed inks, and then I will be heat embossing. So without further ado, let's move on with the tutorial. So I have a piece of watercolor paper, and this is just a cold pressed paper, and I am taping it down from all the sides on my work surface so that it doesn't move while I paint. So today I'll be using 4 of my distressed inks in the shade Seedless Preserves, Picked Raspberry, 1 lipstick and Spun Sugar in order from dark to light shades. So here I'm just smearing down the colors on a clear acetate sheet so it becomes a mini palette for me, and it's easier for me to pick up the colors and paint it that way. So with a wet brush, I'm taking Seedless Preserves and painting that on top of my paper. I want the color gradient to go from deep to light, so I'm just coloring the darker color there. Then I took Picked Raspberry and I'm just blending the junction between the two colors in a way so that it gives an ombre look to it. So here I have 1 lipstick, and I'm basically doing the same thing, that is blending it nicely with Picked Raspberry at the junction. Now 1 lipstick is such a sweet and such a subtle color, it has to be one of my favorites. Now on the bottom, as you can see, I'm just diluting the color to make it lighter, and then I'll be finishing it off with Spun Sugar. Now after completing, I'm just drying it with my heat gun. Obviously, if you want, or if you're patient enough rather, you could air dry it as well. So I'm just taking off the tape, and then I trimmed the dirty sides to get a cleaner edge, just like so. And now comes the fun part. So today I'll be using the Congratulations stamp set from Simon Says Stamp. I will be heat embossing, so I took the scattered polka dot stamp in my acrylic block, and I'm just inking that with VersaMark, just like so. And then I'm stamping it over the light colored portion of the card front. So today I'm using the Wow silver embossing powder for my card today. I actually want the card to look like the scattered concentrated polka dots to be at the light colored portion, and the concentration of the polka dots to fade away as the color deepens. So I'm just stamping it in that manner. Now for the sentiment, I'm using this gorgeous Congratulations stamp on the bottom, that is on the darker portion of the card. Now as you can see, I am just heating it with my heat gun to melt the embossing powder away, and I was so pleased with the true silver color. I don't know if you could notice it properly or not, but it really shines and reflects when light falls on it, and that's what I really love about it. So as you can see, the embossing powder is shining as light is falling on it. Then I am just adhering some silver sequins around the sentiment so that it stands out a little bit. Then I took a folded piece of white cardstock for the base, and I'm just adhering the double-sided tape randomly on the sides of the card front so that once it's stuck onto the base, it gets a bit of dimension to it. Now as you can see, I'm just peeling off the release paper and I will be adhering it down onto the base. So this is how the card looks like once it's done. I did make a similar looking card with blue ombre background, and for the background I used Mowed lawn, peacock feathers, evergreen bough and salty ocean, and I used the Damask stamp from Mudra. So this is the stamp set which I was talking about. And for the sentiment I used tying the knot from Simon Says stamp. So that's all for this video. Do click on that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Until my next video, take care.